Hello, everyone. This is Daryl Guberman. Before I go to work out in the gym, I just want to leave you a message. There was a Boeing satellite, an IS-33, that blew up into pieces, which disturbed three continents' communications. Again, my name is Daryl Guberman. I'm the CEO of Guberman PMC LLC, a quality consulting firm back in Connecticut. We do ISO certification, all derivatives, but we are here in the support of IM 751. We also stood up on April 17th at Capitol Hill. Now, again, I say this again and again. I was not invited. It was an open door. I decided to go and listen. The fourth person, MIT guy, got up, spoke, and I said, I got it. I have to get up. And in the gallery, you're not supposed to get up if you were not invited to speak, but I got up anyway, and I spoke, and I said what I had to. These two pieces of paper show that Boeing relinquished inspection on site for over 22 years to two pieces of paper. The first one is a NADCAP put out by Performance Review Institute. Heat treat, welding, and non-destructive testing like radiography and penetrant, etc. Send in your cert. As long as it's NADCAP, send in your cert, send in your parts, and we don't have to come out to your facility for 22 years. And next is the AS9100, Aerospace Certification International. Okay? As long as it's ANSI ANAB accredited. Why? Because Boeing sits on the management committee. And that web page on the ANSI ANAB website has been taken down because I've been exposing this fraud, and it is. Okay? You know, they talk about the integrity of your certification being a third-party registrar. It didn't help Boeing with the door. It didn't help Boeing from fudging documentation. It didn't help Boeing with other quality issues. It doesn't help Lockheed Martin with its 801st F-35 being built, still having problems, still having rejections. It doesn't help Pfizer skipping quality processes and standards. And it doesn't help Johnson & Johnson recalling 75 million vials of COVID injection because of contamination. It doesn't help that. The third-party registration has failed in many industries, medical and aerospace, just to name a few. Also, it's also hurt through the International Automotive Task Force 16949, which is the standard. And you find all these car companies that have massive recalls sitting on the board, making decisions for you, the supplier. Isn't that an oxymoronic thing? So they say, send in your cert, send in your parts. As I said, Boeing sits on the management committee that can grant, suspend, or withdraw certification. They call it out on the supplier bulletin of 2002 that I told you about. And they also are on the supplier portal. So I said third-party registration must be designated ANSI ANAB or international equivalent. So we went there. We stood up. We also went in June of the same year, just a couple months after, and we saw David Calhoun. David Calhoun giving the speech about, and I liked what Hawley said. Senator Hawley said, what is it actually, Mr. Calhoun, that you do for $32 million? Do you realize at the top of the food chain they could get rid of a lot of people and be able to save your jobs, IM 751? I am here to support you. I put in a 42-page document, okay, to the board members, either to be the CEO or to be the quality control designate for the entire organization, 130,000 people. You're saying, how can you do this, Daryl? With modern technology like this, we could be personally and talking to you every day if we had to get you going. We would go visit every facility. We have quality initiatives that if Boeing does not take and does not accept with open arms. They said that when they did the NADCAP cert, okay, that when they wrote this, they said this: we believe the number of redundant audits, this is Boeing, audits will be significantly reduced as aerospace manufacturers embrace the program. If they don't embrace this program that we can initiate, then Boeing's quality, satellites are blowing up. You have planes that are falling out of the sky. They gave up inspection and relinquished it to 2 pieces of paper, as I just showed you. I am here to make a difference. I am here not the average management type. We were a quality director for a plastics distribution company that when we got there, the quality and delivery was about 75%. Within 90 days, it went to 98%, and I have all the documentation. We've got it all. We are telling you, Robert Kelly Oberg, if you do not utilize the talents and abilities of Daryl Guberman as the head of your quality department and get rid of this mess that's going on, not only are you bringing, Kelly, not only are you bringing 340 souls into this factory that is embedded in your own soul because of the MCAS system being designed, manufactured, and implemented under your watch as the CEO, then this will haunt Boeing on and on and on again. You have to have a guy who's going to be demonstrative and take quality initiatives far beyond those of the norm, because you have let it slip for over 22 years. Even if the strike is ended, without Daryl Guberman, without my determination, without what I can do to make you look good, Kelly, because you need me. You need me badly, because everything you're going to touch will turn to shit. And I say this humbly, I say this professionally, and I articulate this to you. It is not the size of the dog in the fight that counts. It's the size of the fight in the dog. And people need a man in charge who can go down and roll up their sleeves and go work side by side, no matter what the title is, no matter what money you make. Because as they said, I think it was Machiavelli said, men honor titles. Titles do not honor men. Also, David Foster Wallace, my favorite. And by the way, the one about the dog, the fight in the dog, it is not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. That was by Dwight D. Eisenhower, a great general. So you be a great general too, Robert Kelly Oberg. Let me be that dark horse. They were supposed to pick one, and it appears from your background that you were a Boeing CEO at an organization called In Situ that made UAVs. When I was in aerospace, I worked on UAV, components and the actual vehicle itself. It was made out of carbon fiber, like many of them are. But our background is composites, plastics, non-ferrous metals, and aluminum, titanium alloys. We bring to a table a wealth of knowledge and hands-on inspection experience, hands-on layup experience, hands-on processing, prime, heat treatment, also bonding and riveting and fastening, and all of these things that make your airplane what it is. But you know what your airplane really needs? Your airplane and their personnel need Daryl Guberman, because we come to the forefront with the knowledge, experience, and personality to make your rank and file much more happier. Remember something, Kelly. Whistle while you work, because if you have a happy workforce, you'll have a productive workforce. If you have a productive workforce, you're going to have a quality-oriented workforce. Everyone that I spoke to here in Washington, from Renton to Everett and all the way around, they care about what they do. They have the initiative, but they don't have the support. They don't have the support. I would give that support. I would make you shine, Kelly, Mr. Oberg. Remember, no risk, no reward. Always remember that as a business person. No risk, no reward. 203-556-1493. That's 203-556-1493. I thank you.